Hello, say hi.
Hi.
Welcome back to That Chick Angel TV. I'm Angel, and what's your name?
Marcus.
This is Marcus. We're getting ready to celebrate Marcus's 4th birthday. I'm so excited. I am doing the invitations for my son's birthday party. Something else you should know about me is that I'm cheap. So if I can figure out a way to make something for a less expensive cost, that's what I'm going to do. So I went onto Pinterest. We decided the theme was going to be Mickey Mouse. So we're doing a Mickey Mouse dance party. And so I wanted to do invitations that look like Mickey Mouse. So I saw some really cute ones on Pinterest. However, this woman custom ordered those invitations, and they were $5 an invitation. Ain't nobody got time for that. So I decided to make my own. And they look like this. So what I'm going to do today in my first DIY video is to show you all how to make these really super cute invitations. So if you have a child that you're doing a Mickey Mouse party for and you want to do invitations like this, you're only spending about 80 cents per invitation versus $5 per invitation. So there are a couple of things that you're going to need to do these invitations. Construction paper is key. You need white construction paper, you need yellow, red, and black. Those are the colors you're going to need. You're also going to need some sort of software that will allow you to create the actual text for these invitations. You will also need good old-fashioned glue stick. You'll need Martha Stewart's circle cutter. This makes it really easy to make the circles all the exact same size when you're making the Mickey Mouse invitation. You either need scissors or, as I like to use, a nice little paper cutter. Makes my lines a lot straighter. You need envelopes. I got some envelopes from Staples for $8. They were yellow. They came 50 in a pack, so that's more than enough because we're inviting 40 little children. Okay, so the first step that you want to do is to cut out the head and the ears for the red part of the invitation. That's the larger part of the invitation. So you're going to cut out a head, and what I made my head was 4 inches in diameter. And you're going to cut out 2 ears, and I made the ears 2 3/4 inches in diameter. So for the black, I made it a little bit smaller because I wanted there to be a red edge around the black. So the black head I made 3 3/4 inches, and the ears are 2 1/2 inches in diameter. Now, one really important thing. Before you cut the ears and the head out, you want to make a little mark on the piece of paper, either in pen or pencil, of the center of these circles. It's going to be really important because once you make the first head for the red and the black, you're going to use those as your template guide. Now, Mickey Mouse's ears are supposed to be more like ovals, but ain't nobody got time for that. So we just made them circles, but you just want to have them whatever you think looks most like Mickey Mouse. So this is what I did. I put together the red first. Then I put together the black, but I put together the black after putting together the red because, again, I want them to show a little bit of the red around each edge of the black. So these will be your templates from now on. Now when you see the final invitation, you'll notice that you don't see 3 separate circles. You actually will see one solid ear and head combination. And that's the reason why these templates are so important. So I'm going to show you how, using those templates, you can now make one solid piece. Okay, so I take my red Mickey Mouse head template and I lay it onto the red paper. Okay, now the first thing I want to do is I want to mark the center of each head using the pre-made little holes that I have in each ear. So I want to mark through to the bottom paper. This way I know where to sit the Martha Stewart's circle cutter. After I do that, I need to make sure I know where I need to stop the cutter because I'm not going to make a full circle because I want this to be one solid ear and head piece. So I mark in this corner. So it's a little L shape. Then I mark in this corner. My dog's barking at somebody.
What? Daddy?
I don't know what he's barking at. So I'll have 4 marks on each side. Now that I have everything marked, take it off. You can kind of barely see. You can see the dots and you can see the little marks that I made to come up with where I stop everything. So now that I have my paper marked, I take the Martha Stewart circle cutter and I use their little center. They have a little center mark. I use that and I place it over top of the center dot. Now, like I said before, the head of this thing is 4 inches in diameter. So I'm going to find the 4-inch diameter mark, which is right there. It's right here. And I started at that first mark that I made to show me where I need to stop cutting because the ears begin. So I stick this little apparatus in there, the blade, and I cut all the way around until I make it to the other mark. I start right there, and then I lift the blade up so I'm not cutting anymore, and then I start at the next mark for the inside of the ears. And this little mark is like a little bit like a inch long, but I just make it right in between the 2 marks that I made. Okay. Now I want to make the cut for the ears, so I'll start with this left ear. Again, I'm going to look at that center mark and I'm going to place the center mark of the Martha Stewart cutter right on top of it. And then the ears are 2 3/3 diameter, so I'm looking for that mark. There it is, it's right here. So I place it right where I stopped the cut of the earlier mark. And then I go all the way around. Then I move it to the next side. Again, 2 3/4. So I look for that mark. Where is that at? 2 3, there we go. And I do the same thing. And make sure I stop right when I get to the head. So now I have one solid Mickey Mouse head instead of separate ears and separate head. I'm going to do the same thing with the black. Don't worry about the little marks because the black is going to cover it. The black will sit right on top of it. So we'll pretend that I did the exact same thing with the black. However, I used the measurements for the black head. So, like I said, the black head is a little bit smaller. And they sit on there just like that. Perfect. Actually, let me move this red paper so you can see it better. You still need to make the pocket. As you can see, each invitation has a little pocket that's on here. So you need to make a half red circle for the pocket that you'll attach on. So, again, I always mark the center of my circles. So I'm going to put a little mark right here. Place the Martha Stewart circle cutter right on top. And the head for the red is 4 inches in diameter. So I look for this 4-inch mark. And it is right here. So now I have just like a little perfect circle. Now I'm going to take my paper cutter, my Martha Stewart paper cutter, and I'm going to line that middle dot up with the blade. Oh, let me scoot on. There we go, so you can see it better. I line my little middle dot up with the blade. I'm just gonna cut it off. Oh, I was a little off, but that's fine. Again, these are homemade. So this will be your pocket for your invitation. We have the 2 heads We have the red pocket we just made. Give me the 2 dots. We have, with the yellow paper, I cut an inch diameter circle, 2 of them, to make buttons. So this is pretty much the body of the invitation. So now I'm going to show you how to actually make the inside, the gut of it. So when I designed his invitation insert, I made sure I designed it for it to be a circle that was 3 5/8, so a little bit smaller than the black head. So I cut those out so you get these nice little circles. And then with the white construction paper, I'm also going to cut a little circle that is 3 5/8, because the paper that I used is so thin, it doesn't really, it's so flimsy, so I wanted to just secure it with something else. So 3 5/8. So this will be the backing to the actual information part of the invitation. Oh, this one I didn't cut as deep. So that's one thing you want to make sure is that you cut it deep. Alright, that's it. Now you have a nicely made, homemade Mickey Mouse invitation. And the only thing you have to do is plop it in the envelope. And based off of the measurements I gave you, they actually fit in the envelope. So thank you all so much for watching my first DIY video. That was difficult. I'll try more. As you can see, I'm not very good at them yet, but I will be. Alright, make sure you tune in later with me this week. We're going to be talking about the R&B divas of LA. We're going to talk a little bit about Anthony Weiner, and we're going to talk about the movies Flames. Alright, make sure you subscribe, comment, like, all that good stuff that I need you to do. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate it. Please make sure you check out the Moms View Live. I'm on there all the time, and also when I'm not on there, check it out. Thank you all so much for your support and your love. God bless. Bye. We love that chicken.